16 years after the death of Avatar Korra. For everyone's knowledge, Korra lived for about 80 years past the events of Legend of Korra. So it is nearly 100 years after the Legend of Korra began. Since that time, the world has seen many changes, with the rise of the air nomads effectively functioning as a police force around the globe. However, the nations around the globe have begun to have some resentment towards that, as they do not like the airbenders meddling in their internal affairs with no real source of accountability. More recently, the Fire Nation has seen the crowning of a new Fire Lord, a young woman at the age of 16 who assumed the position after a regency period, as her parents died in a Fire Nation naval accident. With that, you all are in Republic City for reasons unique to each one of you, and you are currently all on the same street. Now, I know some of you know each other and some of you do not. But with that, let's go ahead and have people make a perception check. This will, everyone will go ahead and roll it, since we're not a group yet per se, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What
Gotcha.
would be the difficulty?
Yep, so it is going to be an average check, so that is 2 purple dice.
Any setbacks,
Okay.
and if so, what for?
No setback dice. It's a nice clear day outside. So no setback die. And it's right around noon, just so you all know kind of the time.
I think I rolled it, but I don't know where it went.
It's on there. I see it.
I see it.
If you click, you might be clicked into a different tab. You should have a little blue highlight on at the far right of your screen. There should be like a little arrow going around with a clock kind of in the middle. Click on that and scroll. Make sure you're scrolled to the top, and you'll see.
Oh, I see it now. I see it now. Also, I forgot to mention the sound investments thing happened, and then
Yeah, don't worry. Just keep track of that in your sheet. You don't have to like say it every time, because we have a character with it in the Friday game, and we call it dividends.
Gotcha. And then what about my social network passive thing? It says, like, at the beginning of each session, the entrepreneur receives word from a contact of theirs about important, interesting, or influential goings-on.
I think that's something where if the GM has something to tell you, he'll tell you. Because
Okay,
the other thing is once per session, you can just collect a small favor from somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also get my sound investments.
Yeah.
Oh, we have 3 people with sound investments. Jesus, this is going to be a rich party.
I know. Lots of dividends. In regards to the social network, I can tell you about that now. So what is happening is within Republic City, there has been a lot of Triad threat recently, with them spilling out more into the common streets and attacking civilians more. So that is something that is impacting businesses, as they have begun to close their shops early, and have been trying to avoid having to pay protection plans, for lack of a better word, to the Triads.
Oh yeah, and Triads are gangs, right? Just want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. I haven't seen a thing of Korra, so.
Hey, join the club.
I think I've watched like 5 episodes.
So most of us are in the same boat.
Yep, the Triple Threat Triad is the oldest and largest of the Triads in Republic City, but the Triple, there are in total a few Triads in the city, each kind of operating with kind of different purposes behind them. But let's go back and look at these roles real quick here.
And while that's going on, do we want to let everyone kind of introduce their characters a little bit to each other and the chat as well?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Right.
You want to do top from bottom on the chat thing. So
Sure.
Hata, then down.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Well, I am an airbender. Recently just struck out on his own, trying to find out how to combine his bending abilities with his mechanical aptitude.
All right.
All right. And then, as always, we have our lovely Melon Lord, Imbecile. It is imbecile spelled wrong.
Yes. And I've been DMing within this system since last fall with a group that I'll mention sometimes. There's a Friday group that both Knight and Rec are in that is set halfway through the 100-Year War.
And then I am Requiem. I will be playing Lei Lee, a Earthbender prodigy that also has the ability to metal bend and is a ex Earth Kingdom militia member that gets her pensions despite how young she is.
Okay. My name is just Ben. You can just call me that. And then my character is Wei Shen. He is his career as an entrepreneur, but he's also like prodigy for the archetype. So he's a firebender, and his background is he's like the son of a legendary like Fire Nation nobleman named Xiao Shen. He's he's part of like the Fire Nation court, and he's currently trying to grow his family's influence in Republic City right now, and stuff like that. So currently he's just trying to prove that he's worthy of his family's favor, since he's technically like not favored because he doesn't have as powerful firebending like his sister does. So
I am Knight or Gavin. It doesn't really matter to me, but my character is Wei Shen. He is a Earthbender from the Sandbender tribes. He isn't too great at sandbending though, so that's kind of sad. But as it turns out, he is naturally gifted in lava bending, and is just kind of like a shady, um, cunning person, conniving, I guess, scheming, if you would.
All right. That just leaves me. I'm Shadow. Hey, resident weapons expert, kind of, and group Florida man. I am insane. As for my character personally, I am playing Zhen Ren'Jing, and the twin brother of our esteemed Yu, and free spirit of the Sand Nomads. Also a prodigy sandbender in his own right.
All right, excellent. So you all are on the same street, and circumstances are about to force all of you together, or potentially force. You can each do what you decide you want to do.
Oh yeah, we
But
all just go our separate ways, and we have to end the campaign right then and there.
right,
Yes.
real short game. You can see a Republic City airship tilting down towards the street that you're in, coming at a very fast pace.
That doesn't seem good.
Yeah, Zhen will just kind of tap his brother on the shoulder. I'm not the only one seeing that, right?
I don't think you are.
Should we should we move? I think we should move.
Yes, we should. Do we notice the other people on the street?
There are other people on the street. Most people are not looking up, however. So people are just kind of, walking around with their day-to-day shopping and errands right now.
How high in the sky does it look?
So right now it's about 300 feet up, but it, like I said, is pointing down towards the ground and it seems to be accelerating down towards the street that you're on.
So I'd like to motion. I'm assuming it's mostly just the player characters that are staring up.
Yes.
I'm gonna motion to them and say to Zhen, "Go grab them. We need to run out of here. Grab them because if they know that we saved them, we can extort their money."
Wait,
And then he
uh,
runs off to go grab like probably Lei Lee or like Hata or somebody, and
Uh,
he tries to
oh,
grab the people looking up.
Is there a light pole nearby?
Yes, in fact, there is a light pole nearby.
What Lei Lee is going to do is I don't actually have quick draw, so this is mostly fluff. Is she will pull out her twin swords from their single sheath, spin around as she builds up momentum, and strike them against the light pole to try and create a really loud clang to get people's attention.
With that, people suddenly stop walking the streets and look around and look at Lei Lee, confused, and some of them take a couple steps back when they see that your swords are drawn.
She'll point up towards the sky, the sky ship, and say, "If you don't want to get crushed, I will suggest that you run."
as Lei Lee looks over the crowd, she can see that Zhen himself has started climbing one of the poles and is about to say something. He looks very relieved that he didn't have to speak.
Well, I was gonna try and speak up after I noticed it, but I'll well, I don't know if like how wide or big this street is.
That was a good question.
I can answer that question for you. So the street runs straight for at least the next quarter of a mile, and it's one of the main streets in Republic City as well. So it's like a thoroughfare. So the whole thing is about 75 feet wide.
Gotcha. So we could technically like not all be together. So
Yeah.
Wei would probably be just going down the street, probably busy with some typical noble business or whatever, and when he would notice the crashing or attacked or whatever blimp or whatever, he would then call out he would like call out to let everybody know that's near him that there's a blimp that's going to be crashing or whatever, and he'll tell everybody to get out of the way. I don't know if that's a social check though, to get everybody's attention and make sure everybody's organized and getting out of the way.
You don't have to make a check for that. You can just shout it, and then everyone will goes ahead and looks up after your words, and they begin fleeing the area.
Okay, gotcha.
I run over to these people yelling about airships falling from the sky. Is there anything I can do to help?
Well, I don't suppose you have a way of flying us up there.
No, I do not.
Oh,
Zhen just kind of looks around, tries to see where his brother's gone.
You is probably running up to, considering the way he was
The
described.
richest guy in the crowd.
The richest looking person in the crowd to get them out of there and extort money.
So you're talking about me then, is that right?
Yes, because you described yourself as very noble looking, so he sees that as like, ooh, rich.
Well, Wei probably doesn't want you like grabbing him or like trying to take him out of there, because he'll like shrug you off and just go on his, just try and leave the premises and try and get as many people out on his own.
Meanwhile, the one presence person is trying to come up with a plan and stop an airship from crashing.
Zhen would. He doesn't know what that thing is and how it works at all. His assumption is airbending, maybe? That's still a thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. How fast is it coming down?
Since you've been talking and kind of, yelling at people to, get off the street, it's coming down fairly quickly now. Now it's only about 150 feet above the street, and it seems to be listing to the side now. So it's going to potentially fall into some of the buildings on the street.
Mhm.
Oh,
So,
What is the street made out of? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, it's cobblestone.
Cobblestone. Okay.
At which point, Lei Lee looks at, and I assume you're wearing like obvious like sandbender attire.
It's pretty clear that we're not natives. Yeah.
Yeah. Lei Lee will point to you and says, "Are you an earthbender?"
Me. Yeah. I'm a pretty girl. Pretty good bender. Yes.
Okay, and she does not hear that whatsoever. It says, "I'm an earthbender as well. If we can get enough of this street to become a ramp, we might be able to keep it from actually damaging any of the infrastructure."
I'm not good at that. I could try. And he starts to take a stance. It's not an earthbending stance you would be familiar with. It's much more light and much more on your toes than you would expect from an earthbending stance.
Yeah.
But he'll try his best.
GM, I know that none of us have earth structure, but what would the check be to try and create a ramp of
You should
a
try
ramp
to
of
get me
cobblestone?
then.
I
have
mean,
earth structure.
oh, you do? Man, I wish you were here.
Well, I am here. Just you need to call out for me, or have Shadow's character call out for me.
He would. The pretty girl just talked to him.
Fair. You will come running over and be like, "Come on, we gotta get their money."
I will
Fine.
grab you, who's obviously in Earth army armor, and says, "Is oh good, Earth another Earth militia. Do you know Earth bending?"
Yes. Do I get my wages now or after?
Well, I'm actually out of the service, so you'll have to ask your quartermaster. That being said, is help me make a ramp.
Fine. We'll save the people first, and then he'll get into an earthbending stance.
All right.
Yeah. And while they're doing that and getting the ramp set up, Zhen will take some of the little bits of cobblestone from the side and using a maneuver just convert them into sand.
Right, cool.
See, I believe, does that cost strain for me to do that? I don't think so. No, I don't think converting it does. Let me just double check.
I can check for you.
So I will go ahead and use earth structure. I want to make sure
Yes.
I have this right, so let me find it again.
I'm pretty sure that's a cutting check.
Yeah.
I think it is a cunning check, which is perfect for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use Earth structure, and also I'll allow Manifest Earth
Right.
as well.
All right. So
Yep,
what?
it doesn't cost me anything to do that.
So what would
Perfect.
the what is the manifest Earth default?
Manifest Earth doesn't have a default check.
Oh, it doesn't.
No, it does
No.
not.
So what would
Earth
happen? Oh, sorry.
Earth structure is a hard bending arts cunning, and I actually have a way to flavor it. So what Yu does is instead of actually earth bending, he turns the cobblestone road into lava so that whenever he bends it, it is lava. And then whenever he puts it in place, he just hardens it so it's one solid thing instead of a bunch of small cobblestone rocks. So it might be more structurally sound that way.
Okay, cool.
And obviously he'll make sure not to or he'll try to make sure not to burn anybody.
Good.
There's an attempt.
Yeah, anything that kind of falls to the side of the ramp, Zhen is just going to take the sand he set up on the side and just try and bat it back onto the ramp with that.
Okay, cool.
All right. So what would the difficulty for the manifest Earth in this situation be?
So we're gonna go with the silhouettes and bending, where you're trying to bend Manifest Earth for a silhouette larger than size 0.
Okay. So in that case, what silhouette would the ramp be in order to safely guide this airship away from buildings?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that would be rank 3 silhouette.
All right.
And then the rules for silhouettes and bending are on page 30 of the book.
All right. I've been fumbling around my Discord trying to get back to second age so that I can open the book again.
Yeah, no
Yep,
worries.
that's probably a good idea.
Just download
I'm very
it.
glad I just copy pasted the forms onto my sheet.
By the way, Imbecile, one thing
Yes.
I would like to do is I'm going to keep the top layer of the ramp as lava, so that whenever the airship hits the ramp, it'll start sliding down, and as soon as it touches down, I'm gonna harden the lava so I can try to slow it faster. That
Okay,
makes
cool.
sense.
All right, well, that didn't work nearly as well. Goddamn, double failures again. That being said, I
Ouch.
will pass a boost to the Earth structure check as I am
already
able
made
to.
it.
Oh, you already did.
1 success,
Okay.
3 advantage.
I did not see that you made that.
Oh wait, that
Should I roll something just to keep it to keep the stuff on the sides?
Actually,
Yeah.
I forgot that lava bending is upgraded twice, so instead of 1 success, 3 advantage, that's 2 success, 2 advantage. Arguably
Cool.
better.
And then
Arguably.
to answer the other question about keeping kind of everything's on the sides, if you just want to go ahead and make, in this case, it'll be an easy check because you're on the ground and it's a lot easier to
Okay.
manipulate it from there. Then you're good to go with
And I
that.
would assume that's probably just see, would that be cunning?
Yeah, in this case, let's go ahead with cunning.
Okay. All right. And this would be sand as well, so I have a boost dice to that. There we go.
Oh, right. What would you like to do with those advantages in Triumph?
Anything? Let's see. Could I try to keep it from damaging the surrounding buildings as well?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. So you're able to kind of contain everything within that kind of ramp area.
Yeah, so it's all just very nice and neatly in the street, half melted into the street.
And with
That won't be
that,
a problem.
yeah, it'll be fine. This is fine. Oh, with that, the ship finally comes careening down towards the ramp. It rips up the cobblestone up on the road and then starts going on the ramp itself, and is quickly captured by the lava bending that hardens around it, turning it back into rock and stone. The back of the airship you can see is smoking, which is billowing into the sky.
Wei is gonna try and go into, or he's gonna try and go around it or wherever they captured it or whatever, just to make sure there's no explosions or any sort of fires going on. Well, it probably is a fire since there's smoke. But if there is, then he'll probably try and investigate to see if there's any like people that are injured in the ship. Mainly because with his fire bending, he could probably extinguish the fires with manifest fire. So,
Yeah.
he'll go to try and save whoever's any like crew that are on the ship or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zhen is going to turn to his brother and maybe you should put that down. There might still be some people in there.
I mean, it's just a ramp. They can walk down.
Yeah. I almost said Asya. Lei Lee is even before it's like actually settled, is already running up towards the entrance as she, and I assume that this is mostly made of metal, right?
Yeah, it's I have the in-scene description of what the ship looks like. It's primarily made out of metal.
Yeah. As she runs up to it, and not even like trying the door first, she's just going to metal bend the door away.
Oh, I mean, would Wei get there first, or where would he be?
So Wei would get to the door at the same time as
Okay.
Lei Lee would. but it is a metal door, and it was partially broken in the fall.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So if you want to go ahead and metal bend away that door, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, she will.
Zhen, meanwhile, is going to take a little bit of the sand off to the side and manifest a sand lash with that.
Okay, and what are you targeting?
Nothing just yet. He's going to try and hack off any of the bits that Lei Lee has trouble prying free from the ship.
All right, cool. So, Lei Lee, if you want to make your metal bending check.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that's just gonna be like a 1 difficulty.
Yeah,
thing.
it's you're basically manifesting Earth, but instead you're doing metal bending.
Yeah. There we go. So like
All right.
she gets up there and without like even like stopping because she is a pure instinct at all points in time, she just sees the door, makes as she steps forward, she gets into a stance. When her foot lands, she swipes her arm to the side and the door just flies off to the left.
Wei Shen will step out of the way, and then he'll give a nod to the girl or whatever, and he would step inside to go and search for any people that need help.
Yep. Zhen's going to take his time to just hack off any of the sharp middle bits sticking out, and then he'll follow inside as well.
I am following inside as well.
You reluctantly follows his brother.
So you enter the inside of the airship, all of you. Right now, it is a mess inside. You can see metal protruding at all awkward angles from inside the ship. You can see that some ladders have broken apart, and the ship is still, while on the ramp, is listing awkwardly on it. So the floor is not quite level for where you are in the ship, anyway.
Good thing it's secured.
Yep.
So down the hallway, there is another hatch door that seems to be mostly intact, straight ahead, and there is another hatch door over near you to the right, where you think you can hear voices crying out.
Okay.
All right, Zhen's going to go straight to the one with voices, and he's going to try and hack it open with his sand lash.
I'll go to help the Shen or whatever.
Zen.
Zhen.
Is it with an S, right? Shen?
ZH.
It's
Oh,
ZH.
ZH. Zen, right?
Zhen.
Zhen. It's like a zh sound.
Yes.
Zhen, right?
Like
Is that right?
Zhao.
Like Zhao.
Same syllable.
So Jen, right?
Zhen. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So it's so hard at
I
times.
know, it took me a while to get it right as well.
Anyways, let's go down there.
Yeah, he'll ray up the sand lash and then think for a moment. And anyone in there, you might want to stand back.
You hear some cries coming back at you, which sounds kind of like okay, but it's hard to hear through the metal door.
He's gonna assume that that's okay, and hope to whatever spirits watch over him that he's not gonna hack someone into with this. All right, what do I need to roll? I have Sandlash ready. That has its own roll.
I'll count it basically as being at short range.
Okay.
So you can just do one purple.
Okay. So then let's see what we get here. 1 success, 5 advantage. That will absolutely let me sunder that door to pieces.
So the door completely kind of falls off its hinges and then kind of falls right in front of you.
All right.
And,
everyone inside okay?
So inside you can see the United Republic's metal benders, who are the police force for the city inside, who are laying all over the ground, and some of them are on the control consoles as well. They've been banged up really badly.
Wei looks concerned, and he asks them, "Are All of you all right? What happened?
One
Zhen,
of
meanwhile, is going to take out his medicine kit.
Okay, cool. One of the men, who seems to be mostly stable, kind of stands up awkwardly and looks over at Wei, saying, "There was an explosion in the back of the ship, and we lost control and smashing into the ground. My men here aren't okay. Most of them got pretty banged up during the descent."
Wade gives a nod and he says, I'll go and investigate the explosion and see what I can do there. My this fellow here will
Oh,
see about trying to
I'm
stabilize.
Zhen. He'll kind of wave.
Zhen here will see about trying to stabilize you guys. I'm gonna see if I can help extinguish the fire, so that there is.
And Lei Lee says, "I'll follow you, just in case there is any signs of foul play and whoever did it's still here, although if they are, they're an idiot." And
So
she pats Zen on the back and says, "You are a good man."
Thank you. Can't hear it, but he swallows hard. Tugs at his collar a little bit as he goes and gets to work.
so
All right. Oh, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I guess him and Lei are gonna try to go to the back of the ship then, wherever that is.
So what will happen is, just because we're splitting the party, I'll have Zhen go first with trying to use the medicine kit, and then we'll switch back over to the two of you, so that way we can roleplay that.
Yeah, I'm also staying with Zhen, who's practicing his medicine.
Okay, perfect then.
And what about you?
You will follow will follow the rich-looking firebender in case he gets a chance to steal some of your money.
You know,
Okay.
I love that his name is you, and that's gonna cause so many confusions.
I have played a character whose name was you. It absolutely does and always will.
You're welcome.
It's just like Lee.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna call him Reijing, and I'm gonna call him Zhen.
Okay.
All right. So what do I need to be rolling here for medicine?
Yep. So you are going to have to roll an average check. So that is 2 purple,
Okay.
as they are pretty banged up.
Okay. And would our esteemed airbender wish to give assistance?
Yes.
Right.
I believe that would be skilled assistance by way of higher intelligence.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it is.
Right. So that's going to be. You have 3 intelligence, right?
4.
4 intelligence. Okay. So I get 2 extra green dice. I'm going to
Yes.
be using some bandages, so an automatic success and an advantage. Sure, I'll spend a point on this. This is important. Average check and roll dice. There we go.
Excellent. So, narratively, were you aiming? I'm not going to make you roll for all 7 of the Earth.
Oh yeah, he was going to go.
City.
He was going to go to them one at a time, just starting off with whoever looked the worst in shape.
Okay, good. So with it, you help the one who's worst in shape. It looks like he broke his leg. So with the bandages, you're able to determine that he didn't really break his leg. He just dislocated his knee. So you kind of pop it back in.
This is going to sting a bit. And he like grits his teeth and looks away as he forces it into place.
And you hear him cry out in a moan quickly, and then he breathes a sigh of relief as the pain subsides.
Sorry about that. I couldn't really stop it.
With it, he gingerly kind of puts weight on his leg that was dislocated and says, No, you did me a great service. I understand that it had to be done.
Thanks. Just trying to help. And he'll quickly star on the next guy.
All right, so there's a total of 3 who are injured enough that they have visible injuries that you can see.
Mhm.
With it, the next one, he seems to have like a head wound where he banged his head against one of the consoles, and he's kind of laying up against one of the control consoles, looking very woozy.
Yep. He'll just try and get him sitting up straight. Make sure that he actually is following the light and such, and start addressing the head wound.
All right, and then it'll be the same dice pool.
Okay. I'm going to use a bandage for this as well, and there we go.
Very nice. So describe what that looks like as you successfully bandaged him.
Yep. He starts going. Places a hand firmly, but not overly firmly, on the side of just over the wound, and asks his airbending assistant to just keep the head straight while he wraps it, and tries to make sure this guy's head doesn't fall over. He's able to keep it somewhat steady as he gets it wrapped and secured.
With
Sand
it,
sailing injuries are worse than this.
he kind of blinks and looks at you and says, "Thank you, thank you."
Not that hard. I've seen worse than this. Sand sailors, they go pretty fast, and you don't want to fall off. I learned that one the hard way.
Does he have to treat any women metal benders?
Yeah, the next one is a female metal bender.
Oh no, I'm gonna give myself 2 setbacks for this one.
Just let me do it.
Yeah,
Oh, I
just
should not have.
be the assistant for the.
I had to spend
man.
another point to get that one to that last check to the same one. No, I don't think I can, in good conscience, spend another point.
Yeah, just let me do it.
Yeah, he'll start to go over, and then turn to his newfound friend. I think you might be better off with this.
Why is that?
My hands are starting to get a little shaky, and you don't want me touching that. Points to whatever wound is most obvious.
Yeah, she has like a thigh wound.
Oh yeah, don't want him touching that.
Okay.
All right, so
Uh,
you can make the roll now. You'll get 1 yellow and a success and an advantage.
upgrade for 1 yellow.
Yep, upgrade for 1 yellow and add a success and an advantage.
So that's an advantage. Okay.
Hmm.
Huh.
Hey, there
Nice.
we go.
Oh wow!
Easy.
So with that, tell me what that looks like as you bandage. It looks like she got gouged by some of the metal that was protruding within the control console.
How deep does it look in her leg?
It looks like it
Or-
hit like the muscle.
Okay then. Hmm. This looks like it didn't hit anything too important, so I'll just I pull it out and put whatever antiseptic or whatever might have been in it
Okay.
and just start bandaging.
With
Let's see,
it,
medicine kit has 5 uses. Yep.
hmm
It's I will say though is that that's probably gonna need stitches.
Yeah, he doesn't have that.
Okay.
you healed her of her wounds. In terms of what it is, she has a critical injury.
Oh, you actually can
Yeah,
heal that with a
the
triumph.
can heal it.
Oh, the
Right.
Triumph
So-
can?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought healing critical injuries was based
Was its
on
own
how.
check, but a triumph
But a
on
triumph can do it.
Yep, can automatically heal it.
any medicine check can heal another critical injury.
Okay, gotcha.
So you were able to heal that successfully, and she's all set up. And she mutters her thanks to you as she rests her head against the console.
Right. And should we now go check and see what everyone else is getting themselves into?
Yeah, so let's role play with them first, and then you can come in, since they were heading off as you were
Oh
starting.
yeah, no, that's fine. It's probably gonna take us a while to get those 3 patched up.
Yep.
At least
So-
like 10 minutes.
Probably.
Yeah, something like that. So meanwhile, while there's some patchwork being done up on the control center of the ship, the others are making their way towards the back of the ship. There is a tangle of metal in the hallway as part of the ship has collapsed on itself from the impact of just slamming into the ground.
Right.
So with that, there are a few options. You could try to metal bend the metal away, or you can do an athletics or coordination check to kind of hop through the metal that's blocking your way.
I mean, might as well try metal bending. I've been doing it this entire time.
That's true.
All right.
If you don't want to, I can pretty easily break down a door with a lot of
Well, it's not a door. It's like the
Metal shards.
metal shards. It's like the hallways collapse on itself.
Yeah, the walls,
Right.
not the door.
Yeah, and if
Right.
you if
Oh,
you were
so
to
it's not the door that collapsed in.
yeah, if you were trying to cut
Right.
through it, you would probably sever the ship in half.
That and probably blow up
Her.
an explosion.
All right, so difficulty for this would it be 2 because of me trying to just fix a room?
Yeah, let's go with 2 for that.
All right. For the sake of this, I'll say I've been maintaining metal bending this entire time.
Okay, cool.
There we go.
All right, what does that
background,
look
okay.
like?
What she does is she goes into like the stereotypical horse stance as she just hits the ground real hard and flattens that before jumping up. And despite the fact that earthbending is mostly a physical thing, she jumps up and does kind of more of an acrobatic flourish as she kicks the ceiling back flat and then
Very
lands back down.
And then I believe someone else had something to say.
In the background, as you're fixing the room, you just mutter something about something like stupid goody two shoes helping people without any monetary value. How did I get dragged into this?
Yeah, I'm not
With
even going
it-
to try and roll against your skullduggery.
Wait, what did he try and do with skullduggery?
Nothing.
No,
It's
it's
just-
hearing him would be more or less skullduggery.
I thought it
than
would be
deception.
perception.
It'd be
I thought he-
perception against his skullduggery.
Which my skullduggery is good.
Very good.
And I
Very
only have 2
good.
greens to perception because for some reason soldiers don't get perception.
I always found that was odd.
If you want to roll it, Wei Shen, it would be against skullduggery. Let me find it. A red and 3 purples.
I can try. If I won't get there's no trouble against it. So
You might even get some setbacks for Lei Lee kicking that metal into place as he's
Yeah, the
saying.
screeching of metal.
Yeah, there'll be a setback dice to it as the metal kind of screeches and shifts back into place.
So you said it was 2 red and a red and 3 purple,
a
right?
red, 3 purples, and because of environmental stuff, a setback.
Okay, I'll just do it for funsies. See if I hear anything.
Oh,
I
no,
don't.
Yeah, that's
you
a
hear
no.
nothing.
That's no, because
yeah,
I
no.
blame the metal. I blame the metal.
I mean, the metal is 1/4 of why you failed. That makes you feel any better.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus, so many failures.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I'm just gonna recover some strain as I do it, and I'm quite impressed with my own work.
All right, excellent. With that, you approach a metal hatch that seems to be operating fine, but you can feel this intense heat radiating from the hatch.
Ah, okay.
I believe that there's a fire on the other side of this door. If I just bust it open, it's more than likely going to explode out at us from a pressure change.
Okay. Is there a way for way to, because I planned to firebend or manifest fire to extinguish a fire, so I didn't know if there was a way like for them to barely open it and then I firebend extinguish part of it, or
I will let you know that if there is indeed a raging fire on the other side, there's no such thing as slightly open.
okay.
That
So
being
then,
said,
Yeah.
is we could try and combine our bending effectively so that as I'm opening the door, you're pushing whatever fire is trying to get out back.
okay. I just know my manifest fire maneuver allows me to extinguish fire I control. So
Yeah.
so I also know that like I just want to also ask two things. What is the status of the sun? And then also does the raging fire in front of us count as in a hot environment?
So the raging fire definitely counts as a hot environment.
Okay.
The sun is at its peak, so it's
Okay.
midday. So
Just
that
wanted
would
to make
mean,
sure.
yep. In terms of actually doing the bending for the fire check or manifest fire, it's a silhouette 2 size fire. So what that would mean is you have to make, if I'm reading the table correctly, one.
I can't bend a silhouette to fire.
Yeah, you would need 2 to 3 ranks. So,
I
which is
need 3 ranks, so and I
yeah,
don't have 3 ranks, so
yeah. So controlling one would be outside of his ability at the moment.
yeah,
Might be
it's
able to keep it from getting too far out the door, though.
The idea isn't to extinguish the fire. It's to control it to a degree where it doesn't blow us up in the hallway.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
more so just gonna do it like a bit of the fire like over multiple turns rather than like do it all at once.
Oh wait, I have an idea. I can probably imbecile. Does this hallway connect to the outside through the wall?
Through the wall, yes.
Okay. Lei Lee is going to, and she's going to do this without like any like input, where she thinks about it for a moment. It's like, oh, this will work, and she's going to attempt to metal bend away a part of the wall, like completely, that is slanted up, so that or that is slanted towards the sky, so that when she does this, if fire does shoot out, it will go up instead of down into the streets.
Right.
I also just want to make sure let me just double check this. I think so yeah, I just okay, just wanted to make sure. So yeah. So so is it going to be a combined thing, or is she just gonna try and do her metal bending first, and then we do the
Well,
fire bending?
I'm thinking about equalizing the pressure by exposing it to the outside, which is why I opened up the wall.
Okay, gotcha. So you go ahead and do the metal bending first, then.
Yeah, and then what would the check to basically effectively is I'm moving the wall in such a way that the engine room compartment is now exposed to the outside while making it so that it doesn't actually expose itself in the expose the hallway to the fire.
Let's go with an average check for that, and you'll get a pretty decent size hole
Yep.
out of that.
Yeah. Let's hope this works. Ooh,
Ooh.
I
Oh,
think
it
that
really
works.
worked. What would you like to do with that triumph?
With the triumph, possibly is I move the wall without damaging the door. So after the pressure equalizes, we'll be able to just open the door.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Gotcha.
So with it, you can hear a sudden whoosh as fire starts um, kind of going up and following the new hole that Lei Lee created. And over the course of the next several minutes, the door cools, and then the rest of the party at that point rejoins you.
Okay, so I guess I'll open it then and see if I can extinguish whatever fire is left.
All right, so you open the door and you can see this the remnants of a fire. There's a small fire burning in the far corner of the room, near where the propeller controls are.
Okay, I'm gonna maneuver to control said fire. It's guessing it's within short range, right?
It is, yes.
So so that's gonna, because it's, or is it still a hot environment, or is it not because the fire calmed down?
It's still fairly hot in there, so it is a hot environment.
Gotcha. Just wanted to make sure. So because it's a source within short range, and because it's a hot environment, it's not going to cost any strain. And then because I'm manipulating it, I can extinguish the fire as an incidental. So how difficult of a check is it going to be to? Is it like silhouette 1, or is it silhouette 0 fire?
Right now, it's a silhouette 0 fire. It's really not that large at all.
Okay, gotcha.
So that way, there's going to be no check that's going to be required.
Okay. So I just get into a stance. I then move the fire up and into my hands, and then I just like crush the fire, and it just extinguishes all the fire. So
As the others come up, Lei Lee will look at them and says, "Oz, did you get all the healing done?"
Yeah. No, they're fine.
I wish I had more men like you when I was in the Earth Kingdom militia. And she pats Zhen on the back again, and as she kind of rolls her shoulder, her Earth Kingdom tattoo becomes a little more apparent.
Yeah, he visibly tenses up. But Lei Lee being behind him wouldn't be able to see his face.
Mm-hmm. I imagine that you have the whatever it's called over your face anyway.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, they don't
Not
wear
right
that
now.
anymore? Okay.
Zhen isn't. Not right now.
Alright. And she walks inside to investigate. As little help as she will be, because she's not an investigator.
Yeah,
Folks, is it
Zhen...
okay if we take just a 2-minute break? I'm just getting a phone call about my grandfather.
What? No worries.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm just going to mute myself, and then I'll be back as soon as possible.
Just a little RP thing. You will put his hand on Jen's shoulder and say, "Good job. Did you get any money?" Come
No,
on,
I just
doctors
used a few
charge
bandages.
so much.
Sorry.
And we're unlicensed.
Unlicensed, unschmeichens. They needed saving.
I don't know about the laws in Republic City, but I'm pretty sure that in the Earth Kingdom, this would count as medical malpractice for practicing without a license.
Well, good thing we're not in the Earth Kingdom. Can't break laws when you're not there.
Jin has pretty much just gone pale as a ghost now that it's been brought up. He may or may not have done something illegal.
It's
what-
fine. Didn't you know I'm the best unlicensed lawyer there ever has been?
He starts to say something and just shuts up.
Use just He's grinning like a madman.
Zhen should really be used to his brother by now. He's not.
Wei doesn't know what to say about these troublemaking commoners, as it were.
The problem is all three of us are earthbenders.
Yeah, well, Lei's okay because she's like a militia or army person, so it's fine.
I mean, Yu has like a cloak on over top of it, like a sandbender cloak, but he is wearing Earth Kingdom armor armor.
Yeah. At the very least, the Lei Lee's tattoo that's on her shoulder is basically the Earth Kingdom's form of dog tags, where it's a tattoo that designates that she's from the Earth Kingdom, has her name and rank as well as when she entered and exited service. So anyone that actively looks at her would be able to see that she was a lieutenant in the Earth Kingdom militias.
Yeah, at least anyone who knows how to read it specifically, which is, I think, just Lei Lee.
Possibly.
And the Earth Kingdom.
Yeah.
Kingdom army. Which that wouldn't work for Fire Nation.
Yeah, there's no one here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, but like the flavor for her is that like her left arm actually does have like the armor on it, but the right arm doesn't, and the right arm just has that big tattoo exposed on her shoulder.
So you're a metal bender then?
Is that what it's called? I just know I've been able to do it.
Yu shrugs and says, I don't know, I've lived
Wei simply says, to my knowledge, that is metal bending because you were bending metal.
I guess.
Thank you, oh Lord genius of the Fire Nation.
I don't know what it's called. I just know that I can do it.
Well, surprised that none of the other metal benders that are supposedly the police force here thought to use metal bending to get out of their situation.
That's
They
also
were
true.
injured.
In their defense, they did just fall out of the sky.
They fell out of the sky from an explosion, so...
You shrug.
Yeah.
Wei also is gonna step out of the place and also like get one of his like handkerchiefs or whatever and just clean himself off, like of whatever the smoke was.
Lei Lee will pat Wei on the back as she says, "Is good job there, Firebender." And I imagine that you have like this pristine, like noble armor on.
Exactly.
She pats you on the back, and there is a dust mark left.
I go to clean that up off my back.
It's on that one part of the back where you just can't reach no matter how hard you try.
It's okay, I have servants to do that for me.
Fucking hell.
Oh, he's that type of noble.
Yeah.
Or at least
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
He's not like a dick about it though. He's just like,
yeah.
It's a fact.
As Todd has so righteously said, a good earthbender always has a layer of earth covering their body.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know.
A healthy coating of earth. Oh boy. Welcome back, GM. Everything okay?
Yeah. Well, no.
We
but
were just
yeah.
doing RP.
Everything is. I expect to get another phone call in a little bit.
Okay. If you need to call it early, then that's all by all means fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good with playing for a little while longer, and then I'm gonna probably want to hop off and then start calling and coordinating travel and all that.
Okay, absolutely. Just
Okay.
keep us posted.
Yeah, I'll keep you all posted. We'll definitely play for at least another half hour or so.
Okay.
I'm not going to get an update any sooner than that.
All right.
So, you are all in basically the mechanical room that services the propellers of the ship.
Yeah.
What would you like to do? I know that you've extinguished the fire, but would you like to take a look around? Would you like to leave? What's the plan?
I guess we can like maybe see if there's any sort of clue as to what caused the fire, but
yeah.
Jin is going to take the little bit of sand he brought in here with him and try to use it to maybe smother the flames a little bit. It's not going to do much, but it might help.
Most of the flames are already smothered by the firebender.
yeah, all the fire's
He's just
all
going to get
gone.
whatever little bits didn't get got.
Yeah.
The embers type of thing?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so no fires reignite. Lei Lee is going to say all right, we should probably look for the source of the explosion. Because she knows that she cannot look for shit.
Yeah, so I can look for I can look for stuff though. I'm good at that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, but because a good lieutenant always attempts. But what will the difficulty of trying to find the source of the explosion be, and what skill?
Yeah, so there's a couple different skills that you can use. One is perception, just to be able to find kind of the source of the explosion. The other is a mechanics check to realize that something was wrong near basically the control system.
What
Okay.
difficulty is the perception?
It's going to be a hard check.
And no purple or anything?
No, hard.
Hard
that's-
is 3 purple.
Yeah, hard is 3 purple.
Blacks,
Okay.
I think is what he meant.
Are we still
Nothing.
separated?
No, we're all together now. I
Okay.
missed that.
Okay, I didn't.
I succeed. What would you like to do with the threats on there, GM?
Yeah, what do you need me to do for my threat?
Yeah, so with the threat, let me just go in order for a second. So, Wei, you end up getting some embers. Actually, no, the embers were extinguished, so I'm not going to do that. While looking around, you bump into one of the basically rails, and you end up kind of like taking the air out of your lungs for a second. So you're going to take 1 strain.
Okay.
Lei Lee, you have 3 threat. With that, while you succeeded, the smoke has really gotten to your eyes and stung quite a bit. So you're going to take a setback dice to your next perception check that you make. And then Jen. Oh, what? Sorry.
No, I was gonna role play that her being like a little salty about the smoke in her eyes.
And then Jen, you also get smoke in your eyes as well. So just a setback dice on your next perception check.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to try to find this. What caused this explosion,
Yeah.
or if anything was wrong in the engine room.
Sounds like a
Well,
mechanics.
they succeeded.
Yeah,
was
but
that-
Yeah, that
Let
is
him go.
perception for the source.
well, he said that we could either use perception or mechanics. Most of us just use perception.
Because
Yeah.
perception is better for most of us.
You can do
Most of
you
us
can do
use-
mechanics, Hata. You can do it.
Okay, 3 purple,
Yes, 3 purple.
2 success.
And 2 advantage, very nice.
Yes.
Oh, right. Very nice. So let me tell people with perception first, and then I'll get caught up with you, Hata, about what you find with your mechanics check. So with the perception check, you are able to find amongst the burnt wreckage very dark scorch marks that appear near one of the control panels of the propeller room. And it seems to spread out from there, looking basically like an explosive was set off. And then Hata, with your mechanics check, you are able to actually find part of the explosive device that was used, and it has the insignia of the triple threat triad on it.
I I just say triad out loud while holding the part of the explosive device.
Jen kind of looks over your shoulder at it. That's a weird name for that thing.
No, it was an explosive, I assume, placed by whoever the triple threat triad is. And he points out the scorch marks.
If I remember correctly, those are a criminal organization.
Yes, I've heard
Yes.
tell that they've been getting a bit more organized and active as of late here in Republic City.
But doesn't it hurt everyone if they blow one of these out of the sky?
Not
Indeed, it
necessarily.
does.
It could be a show of strength.
That
Hurts-
too.
It does, in fact, hurt
And they
the
were
police force.
that, and I mean that was the only people on the ship. It was the police force.
Hmm.
Led Zeppelin. That being said, well,
Let's go report what we found to the police force that are still here.
if my calculation's correct, there should be more police arriving right about now.
Alrighty.
Hey, I'm sorry, I just got a message from my grandfather.
Gonna have to
Would it
call
be
there?
okay? Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
Don't worry
Don't
about
worry.
it.
All
Your
good.
family comes first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If I got the same thing, I'd be gone without a word.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna get going. I have to start traveling now.
Yep.
But I hope that
Gotcha.
y'all had fun for what we were able to do today. And
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely been fun getting to know these characters.
I probably won't send out the doodle poll today because of what's happening, but
Yeah,
I'll
no,
make
that's
sure.
perfectly fine.
So,
Yep.
all right.
That's
All right. With that, we will call the stream there. We will see you all later. As always, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are. And if you want to catch us live, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can go to twitch.tv/hunter_bros. And this will be live at when the next one is, because I don't know if this has a set time yet. But we do have two set RPGs that will be at 3:30 Pacific. At 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern on Thursdays and Fridays. There's a SWRPG game and another Avatar game relative to each other. And remember to like and subscribe and stay frosty.